Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and today I'm going to show you my setup by popular demand, aka one person who said yeah, that'd be a good idea. So I showed you my room tour a little while ago, which kind of went over things a little basically, so I'm just going to show you the things I use specifically for making videos. It's kind of like a cross between budget and expensive. I cheap out as much as possible on things that aren't as important to me. I've got super cheap lights, really cheap green screen, things like that. My computer isn't super high end, but I've got a nice camera, my microphone isn't too bad, things like that. So it's mostly like budget stuff, but with one or two higher end pieces of equipment. So yeah, here it is.
I'll show you this first just so that I can then put it on. This is the monopod I use for vlogging and things. It's literally just, it was like £3 on eBay. So it's just a tiny monopod. It's pretty light, it extends out pretty far. You obviously couldn't put a DSLR on it, but it's that connector that you use for pretty much all cameras. And it works really well with the camera I use, which is the G7X. So yeah, I will now attach that to continue the video. Okay, so while we're on cameras, this is my DSLR. It's just an old 600D from Canon. It's getting a little old now, there are a lot of better models, but it does the job, you know, it's pretty good. It's just got an 18-55 lens at the moment. I've got an 80 zoom lens, but obviously that's not usually very handy for making YouTube videos. So I tend to use this for photographs and some filming like cosplay things and stuff like that. It does autofocus, but not very well. So it's for things where I can use a manual focus and stuff like that, which is pretty. And I'm going to use it now to show you my other camera. So this is the camera I use for vlogging and for face cam in Let's Plays. This is the Canon G7X. So obviously got a little bit of a Canon thing going for cameras, but I just think they make some of the best cameras and I like them a lot. This is the Mark 1. It's hard to get hold of, and they're kind of hard to get hold of now because you know what it's like with these companies. As soon as the new one comes out, they stop selling the old one, so you have to get the new fancy one. But yeah, so this is the Mark 1, which I think the Mark 2 has some marked improvements, but this more than does the job. It's got a touch screen, and the autofocus is just great. It's really good in low light. And it's small and lightweight, which is perfect for vlogging and conventions and things, because previously carrying this fucking massive heavy DSLR just around in my hand, nightmare. But yeah, this is great. Having a compact camera with really good autofocus just makes kind of more casual videos so much easier. So yeah, that is my go-to baby. So next I guess would be my lights. I just use these umbrella lights. These are again super cheap. There's the bulb. They just come on these big stands. These came, I'm gonna show you this one that isn't on. These came with my green screen stand, and the entire thing, including all the screens and everything, both these lights, all the stands, and the umbrellas, it was all about 30 quid. So super budget, but they're really good and they do the job fine. You just have big adjustable poles. You've got lots of room to adjust. They've got these big ass bulbs. Oh look, there's me. Hello. They've got these huge bulbs. I'm afraid I don't know the brands of anything or any of the details. I don't know if it says on it. So it's a 135 watt bulb. So there you go, now I know that. And yeah, so you have these funky little umbrellas. You can't leave them on for too long. I mean, you can't really do that with any lights. These don't get very hot, but they still get warm, so it's best to just turn them off. So you just put up these like beautiful parasols, and then they've got these little holes, and yeah, it just goes in like that, and screw it in, and then you have lights. So I usually use just the one up here, and I point it at my face for when I'm doing Let's Plays. If it's particularly sunny, like I said in my tour video, then I'll just open the curtains because the natural light is a great direction from here. So I tend to just stick the one on my face, and it's kind of good. I kind of have this like symmetrical setup where I have my light here, my camera stand here, and then I play in the middle. And if I'm doing photos with the green screen or anything, then I stick on both so that they kind of fill in the shadow on either side. Green screen wise, I just have this stand. You see past all the shit in my room. It's pretty basic. It's just like 2 adjustable stands, and then these poles are it's all made up of these small poles. So I've got like 5 of these, so you can make it super long if you need to. And I just kind of stick that in this corner behind my chair. If I'm doing video that needs green screen, I did it on a couple of videos. Did it on the Club Penguin video, I think was the most recent. I just have this, it's like green, I forget the word, muslin cloth, and some big clips, and you just clip that on there. But honestly, it doesn't, like, I mean, this is creased as heck, and I've tried to decrease it with a steamer and ironing through a towel, and it just doesn't, it won't decrease. But it doesn't matter. You don't need cloth either. You could just, if you have like a massive roll of green paper, that would do. It doesn't even really have to be green. So you can chroma key out other colours. It doesn't have to be green, it just has to definitely not be any colours that you're wearing if you're doing that for video, because so I also have a white and a black cloth, which are good for photographs. The white is especially good for photographs because if you try and use the green, you tend to get green halos, especially in hair. When you have little wispy bits of hair, you have little green highlights around you, which is not ideal. But obviously if you use white for video and chroma key that, then it will try and take out the whites of your eyes and any whites on your clothes and stuff, and that's not ideal. So it doesn't have to be green. Green is like the standard, so it's the easiest, it's like default. But yeah, you just need any like block colour, and you can chroma key that out pretty much as long as it's nothing on you. So you don't need a stand, you could just like clip it to the wall. But like I say, the stand was super cheap and it came with the 2 umbrella lights. So it kind of made it all like worth it. And it came with the 3 cloths. So like I say, I've got white, which I use for photos. I used green at first, which is why probably on a couple of thumbnails you can see a little green halo around my hair, which I've tried my best to remove, but isn't that easy, so. And then I've got the white and the black. This is my tripod. It's just a Camlink. It's a really big heavy duty one. It's only like, I think like 30, 40 quid. It's not expensive at all. But the reason it's so big and heavy duty, obviously, probably looks a bit silly for this camera, but I got it for my DSLR, which needs a heftier stand. So it's good. It doesn't, even without, you know, sandbags or anything, it doesn't shift. If you're filming outside or anything, it's really good. This is my microphone. It's I just pop this down. It's a Blue Snowball. Blue make really good microphones. I always wanted a Yeti. This is like one of their more affordable ones, and yeah, it's pretty good. It does the job nicely. I've got a little pop filter for it, just because it doesn't super need it. You're fine without it, but you know, if you get a little bit spitty or or hissy or whatever, then it just helps a little bit, you know. And that's just I don't know where I got that from, but you can probably get it on eBay or something. I imagine that would be where I got it from. And it's just like an adjustable. You can just clip it on wherever you want. I tried when I first got it, like whenever that was, like a year ago. I attempted to clip it onto my desk, which you can see from there, so don't do that. My monitor is just an old LG TV. It's, I don't know, whatever, 1080p. It's pretty basic. It's not amazing, but it more than does the job for me. I'm not some kind of expert, so I wouldn't really notice, to be honest, if it's better. This is my webcam. It's just an old Logitech webcam. It's not too bad. The built-in microphone's okay, but I only use it for Skype. I don't use it for any recording, because like I say, I just put my camera there. It's a bit more, it just looks a bit better. I've got this Zalman kind of twin set of a keyboard and a mouse. They came with my older computer, and I just think I don't know, I think they're fun. You can make everything red or blue. It's all shiny, and you can turn it down, and oh, shiny. It's a little bit dirty. I cleaned it out the other day, and it's just dirty immediately again. Yeah, and I've got a little mouse mat, which is like one of the only ones I could find that wasn't just anime boobs. Hilarious as those are, I didn't think it would be quite as appropriate because I wanted a wrist support. These are headphones that I use occasionally. I used to use them a bit more till I realised that with my glasses this was what was giving me a headache while I was recording. These are Skull Candy headphones. They're just, I mean, they're not like amazing. I've got bigger, like proper headsets, but those are super cheap as well, so it's about the same. It's as broad as it's long. So now for videos, when I'm wearing my glasses, I tend to just use a pair of Skullcandy in-ear headphones. And the only reason I really get Skullcandy is because, one, you get random colours in the bargain shop near me for super cheap, and two, because they just last a bit longer than other ones I've bought, and that's the only reason. So they're, again, not super high-tech, but they do the job, and they sound fine. They sound fine to me, to my untrained ears. Down here, this is my PC. This is the current PC I use for playing the video games and doing the recordings. It's a pre-built from Scan, so it's just like an Intel i7 processor, and it's like bog standard. It's got NVIDIA graphics card, the 1060, I think, and yeah, it does the job pretty well. But like I say, it was a pre-built from Scan, so this is, I've made a vow that this is my last pre-built system I'm going to buy. So this is it now, and the only thing it didn't come with was the optical drive. I stole it from my old PC, and I installed it in there. So which is why over here I have this super cheapo external disk drive that I got to tie me over until I realised that I could just actually take out the other one. And my PS3 is there also, which I do not record from because I do not have the appropriate equipment. So this is the one I use for gaming and recording, and then this is a glasses case. This is another pre-built from Chill Blast, which I really like the case for this one. It's really fun. Yeah, so it's pretty similar. It's just got a slightly older NVIDIA graphics card, and it's an i5 processor, I think, instead of an i7. But apart from that, it's much the same, and I use this for editing now. So I've got my Seagate external hard drive, which is what I record onto and edit from, because especially when you're capturing from external consoles and stuff, it just is much quicker to record to an external hard drive than it is to record onto the PC. Up here I have my Wii and my PS2. The PS2 is what I use, my old faithful. The PS2 is what I use for, oh dear, look at that dust. That's what I use to record PS1 games and PS2 games, obviously. So the Harry Potter series records off this, and when we did Bratz and The Sims on I Remember and stuff like that, that all runs through this, which is recorded from, this is very cheap as well, this is another cheapo component, system? But yeah, this is an EasyCap USB video capture, and it just, that's plugged into one of the high-speed connectors in there, and yeah, so it just connects up via all these old cables, and so you've got half of them going to the TV, so I can see, and then the rest of them are connected to the PlayStation 2, and then the USB here is plugged into the computer, and that is how it records. Let me sit down so we can, let's review. Yeah, I've got cheap umbrella lights, cheap headphones, really cheap green screen stands and green screens, super cheap console capture device, and then more upmarket things that I care about, like cameras, and my PC is a bit better, and my microphone is pretty good. I think most important probably for stuff like gaming, I would say microphone, and again that's one you can do relatively on the cheap. I think my Blue Snowball at the time, because I've had it a few years now, it cost about 80 quid, which is not that bad considering, you know, compared to other things. Your camera doesn't have to be amazing quality, especially if you don't do face cam. It doesn't matter. I got this for vlogging mostly. It just happens to be good for that as well. But yeah, lights and stuff like that, you don't need expensive stuff, like at all. You don't need expensive backgrounds or like green screen stuff. You don't even need a stand. You can just like stick a green roll of paper to the wall and that'll do the job. And most of the time you don't need a green screen anyway, so you don't need all state-of-the-art crap. I've acquired stuff over the years that I like anyway,
so I play games, so I have quite a nice gaming PC. I've got a big tripod so that I can hold my big camera, which I got years ago, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's my setup. I hope you like this. I hope I didn't miss anything out. I'm kind of looking around like, I'm sure there must be something else, but no, I think that's it. I think we're good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know, if there's anything else you want to see. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you next time.